Hi everyone, and welcome to the Spencer Lodge podcast in partnership with the awesome Najahi Events and Awfa Mustafa, who, guess what? She's here, and you've no idea how hard it is to get her on camera, but we have got her here on the podcast at long last. I've been begging her to do this, and we're going to go and deep dive and learn a lot about her story and about Najahi and why we work together, and also what Najahi does here in the UAE and further afield. So, cue the music. I've got you. Yay! Thank you so much for allowing me to twist your arm as much as I have.
Oh, you are welcome, I think. You're welcome.
You've been reticent to be on camera and on this podcast, even though you support it in the way you do. Tell me, why is it that you don't like being this side of the camera?
I don't know. I'm just like, I've never done it before. It's a first for me. You're the first person that interviews me, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm very much an introvert in my personal life. I do what I do at a mega scale, but I like being behind the scenes, and I like being the organizer, and I like making sure that everything's perfect. So I'm kind of busy doing the details on the back scene, and I leave the speaking to the speakers. And to you.
You're the mastermind that brought Tony Robbins here to the UAE very recently, and
yes,
we had the incredible experience of Sheikh Mohammed and Sheikh Hamdan and the Minister of Tolerance. I mean, genuinely, it was mind-blowing. And not only that event, let's not say the other ones aren't great, because you do massive events for lots of other people as well.
Yes.
How did you get into this space?
I went through a journey of finding who I am. It was in a time when I was I had a baby and I left my job, took care of my daughter one whole year through. It was very fulfilling to be a mum, and I kind of wanted to see what else I can do with my time and my experience that I gained through the years in the corporate world. So I started. A friend of mine actually introduced me to the world of motivation. I traveled with her to the UK. I started going to these seminars, and we thought together at that time, because she was my partner, that why don't we bring it to the UAE? And that's when we met with Success Resources, and we brought the first event here. To be honest with you, I fell in love with it from the first day. And
Can you remember your first event?
I do. It was the Tony Robbins event. It was a business mastery in London, I think at the Ibis Hotel. And the decision to go ahead with this was on day 3, Business Mastery Tony Robbins. And that day I made a commitment to myself, and I said, one day, Tony, you will be on a Najahi stage in Dubai.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
And that was the real trigger for you?
That was a real trigger, and that was the target, to be honest. And then 3 years down the road, he did come.
And so then what was the first event that you organised? Who spoke? What was it? Was it big? Was it a disaster? Did it go to plan? Tell me about what happened.
Oh God, don't ask about plans, but it was perfect at the end. So nothing goes according to plan, but it's the end result that counts, and it was with Robert Kiyosaki in November 2016.
Okay.
It was a partnership with Success Resources, and it was the first National Achievers Congress in the Middle East. And I know they're bringing them back to this year as well, so we'll see.
And so you put that event together. You'd not done an event before.
Never.
So you were learning completely.
Never. I went from no experience to 2,000 people in one room and running that mega style of events. Yeah, it was in 5 months.
Really?
Yeah, we marketed it and rolled it out in 5 months.
That must have been so stressful.
Are you kidding me? Of course it was. It was scary. It was a whole new territory, but as stressful as it was so exciting and so fulfilling. And when people left the room, they were like, oh my God, this is the first time we've ever been to this type of events in the Middle East, in Dubai in particular. Who are you? And you know what? A lot of people thought that we're a mega organization that came from abroad and just ran a mega event in the UAE and we're leaving. Then little did they know that we're just a startup that started 5 months ago. And now we're doing this.
So why did you call the business Najahi?
It's in Arabic, it means my success.
My success.
So I want to say that my success is your success to everybody. So today, 3 years ago, we started with no one in our database. Today, we have around 100,000 people that are in our database. They follow us through our emails and our newsletters. And I know a lot of them. I can't say I know all of them because it's impossible to know 100,000 people. but there are the familiar faces, and I've seen many success stories come out from the learnings that we've taught through our events and through our seminars and workshops and etc. And a lot of them started businesses 3 years ago, and now they're very successful. So I'm very proud to say that my success has become their success.
That's phenomenal, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really phenomenal.
And then when they hold your hand at the end and they say, "You don't know how you've impacted my life and how you've changed it. I didn't know this world existed." It just takes me back to why I did this, and the reason is when I went to the Tony Robbins event and when I was exposed to the world of motivation, I felt sad that people don't know about it in this part of the world. Very few people do know about it in this part of the world. So it was my job, and I felt it my job, my responsibility, to bring those opportunities to people here and show them that there are options out there. You know, you don't know what your strength is. I didn't know what my strength was. I didn't know what my passion was. I know I was missing something. At that time, I really knew I was missing something. I needed to success is fulfillment, by the way. It's not money. That to me, it's fulfillment, and I was missing that. And I feel really, really fulfilled now that we've took Najahi to this place. I feel happy today that 100,000 people know about motivation in the Middle East. I feel proud that I'm one of the first people that introduced this to this part of the world at a mega scale. I know I have a lot of friends and colleagues and organizers that did that before me, but at this scale, with the energy level that we introduce into our events, I think we're kind of the pioneers in it, and proud to say so. But the fact that they actually not only came to the event, but did something with their lives and impacted themselves, their families, and etc. makes me very, very proud.
I think there's one thing that I've noticed at your events that I think kind of like, it's almost symbolic to me, but it seems to be what's said, it's that finish what you start. Okay, and when you see that finish what you start mentality, I think that people get the education, they get the knowledge, they're obviously super motivated, and it's like, now go and apply, but don't give up. And, and from the people that I've got to know through your organisation, I've seen the successes people have had as well. So it's phenomenal to see. Talk to me about culture, because in the UK or in the United States, it's a thing, isn't it? Motivational events. There are many of them. Educational events that take place, high motivation levels for successful people. There's a real big thing. But over here, people, because they haven't been exposed to it in exactly the same way, how do they first react to it when you see it? Are some people a little bit either not necessarily skeptical, but a little bit unsure? Is that what happens?
Yeah, it was a journey of learning, of awareness, of educating the people, the impact of it, the positive impacts versus the negative impacts of it. You know, there are good coaches and there are dodgy coaches, I would say. And when we enter this world of self-learning, self-development, you're touching people's lives, their personalities, you're transforming them. It's very tricky. And to convince people that this is right for you takes time. And that's why I do the big scale events. I invite a lot of people to come in for free. Just test it. See if you like it, you know. And I do a lot of smaller events that are for free. Test it, see if you like it. But I know down the road, if I get 100 people in the room, 20 people will like it. Okay, that's good. It's a great conversion. And so on and so forth. We went through 3 years of an awareness phase, of communication through email, through social media, through our events, and teaching people, like I said, the impact of it and the positiveness. And I'm very proud to say that, you know, 3 years ago, if I brought Tony Robbins, I would not have 10,000 people in the room. But it took 3 years only, and the culture was now is ready and aware and ready for a person like Tony Robbins to come in and tell them, have a breakthrough.
Yeah. I think this country needs to build a new facility just for your company. I think that in Abu Dhabi or Dubai, they've got to build a bigger facility to cater for everybody that you could get at your event.
Well, next year is going to be an exciting year. We have seven events planned.
Wow.
Not only in the UAE, we have hopefully in Kuwait and Saudi Arabia coming soon. We're going there. And Abu Dhabi, we're going to do 2 events in Abu Dhabi next year and 2 in Dubai.
I think there's a real thirst around the Middle East for this kind of stuff. Now people have a flavour for it.
They woke up to it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. 3 years ago when I used to say motivation, they're like, don't waste my time.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to a concert. And now, even the governments, we have the blessings and the support. And you saw His Royal Highness Sheikh Mohammed come. That just says to me that, they know the importance of awareness. And I was so happy to see him there because he kind of put that stamp of approval on it. So people go ahead and learn. And that's so exciting for me.
Absolutely. Yeah. And with the opportunity to go into Saudi Arabia and do what you do in an even bigger country.
Man, I'm so scared of that. But it's a completely different culture. It's, again, go through the awareness phase. It's introducing the learning and self-development to. But I think Saudi has transformed, and I think they're ready. And I know they're ready because the amount of Saudis and Kuwaitis that come to our events, they actually fly in. So we have a lot of Saudis, Kuwaitis, Bahrainis, and Omanis. They fly into our events. Lebanese people as well fly in. So I feel like we're ready to go in. And
I did an event in Lebanon a couple of years ago, and the Lebanese people blew me away. They're like, we don't get this stuff here.
Yeah.
Like,
well, let's do
come
one
back
together. Come on.
Let's
go to Lebanon.
The energy, I've never seen a group of people with so much energy and such a big desire to want to learn.
But Lebanese people are fun.
Yeah,
they're fun, and they're hungry for learning, and with all that they go through politically and socially in the country, they are still the most positive people I know. Really, they love learning. They love to be happy.
Being so close to a country with 1.3 billion people as India is, and Pakistan as well, what kind of an opportunity does that type of market represent to you?
I have partners over there, so we cross-support each other at this point. So when I did Tony Robbins, for example, a lot of people from India flew into Dubai because it's so close.
Yeah.
And which brings inbound tourism as well here, and vice versa. If my partners in India, they have something that's very exciting, I will market them, and they go back there. So the Indian population is massive, as you know, and they're very massive here as well. I have yet to bring an Indian language speaking coach or speaker here, but I don't see it as a threat. I actually see it as a huge opportunity that they're so close and we're so close to them, and our cultures somehow are close. We kind of, as the Arab world, we've hosted the Indians in this part of the world a lot, and they've hosted us back in tourism and etc. I think the partnership is massive. I think we can cross our work together, and I do that already. Yeah.
There's people like me that love to be in the room, love to be present, love to kind of like be at an event so that I can learn. It's for me, it's experiential.
Right.
But there's equally plenty of people out there that actually are very happy to learn on their laptop remotely, at a convenient time and in a convenient location.
Right.
Tell me what you're doing at Najahi to try and address those people that want to learn that way as well.
Right. A lot of it is word of mouth. So their friends and buddies will tell them, hey, we had a great time, come with us. And the fact that they actually like learning is a huge plus for us. To get them from the behind the screen to be in the big room through social media and hopefully through your podcast as well, we kind of educate them at the why they need to be in a room. And the why is just you meet great people like yourself. The energy is completely different. Behind a screen, you can pause and go, and then you may forget to finish it. And in an event, it's bam, bam, bam. It's back to back to back. So you're going to sit there and you're going to see this person speak and be inspired by them. And like you and I are talking right now, if we were on a webinar or on the phone, it's very different. And they realize that. So I think to answer your question, is through social media and through word of mouth. We try to get their friends to tell them how exciting it is. And usually friends do drag friends over. And they introduce, friends would introduce you to an awesome restaurant and recommend the restaurant to you, you'd go.
Yeah.
It's the same.
You get the same thing. Now, you're a successful female entrepreneur. A lot of people might not know, but you're a mother. You have a beautiful daughter. How do you balance being an entrepreneur in business, running around the place like you do, and I know you do because I know you, and having the time to be a great mum and spend time with your daughter? How do you find that balance?
I tell everybody I have two major priorities in my life: my family and my work. So that's why I can say I'm quite antisocial, because anything that I can fit in between, I will. But I give the priority to these two. So I don't go a lot to dinners. I don't go out to outings a lot, just because this is my priority. So when I'm not at work, I'm with my daughter. And I'm with not if my daughter's at school or play dates or piano or what have you, I'm at work. And of course my daughter represents my husband and my family. I also have a great support system. My husband's a wonderful person. He supports me in everything I do. So right now I have an event running with Kane and
Behind this wall.
Behind this wall, right, literally. And Jasmine's with Daddy. Yeah. So he gets me. I get him. So we support each other. It's not easy, but it's a dance.
I think a lot of people that are in that position or wanting to be in that position have a lot of questions about how, are they going to be a good mum by spending time building a business and whatnot, and maybe question how effective they can be. Now, I grew up with a mum that went to work every day, so from a divorced family, so I had that single mum environment, and learning what she did and how hard she worked to become successful, I'm sure has really rubbed off on me, and it gave me a great role model of someone in my life, And it's not to say that a woman that is a stay-at-home mum isn't one, but for me, I think it taught me that she had to hustle, she had to work hard, and so I'm sure that with your daughter, someone that's gonna rub off.
Do you know what I do? I bring her with me to the big events.
Do you?
Yeah, so she sees what Mummy does. She realizes why I haven't been with her for that time, because I was doing this. And for the Tony Robbins event, I brought her, and she was like, "Oh, Mummy, you did all of that?" Like, yeah, all of these people are here. She's like, "Oh, Mummy, I'm so proud of you." And she's 5. So she's my biggest fan. And she met Tony, and Tony was like, "Oh, you're beautiful." She's like, "Are you in this picture?" So she was wearing the VIP badge that had it. "That's you." He says, "Yeah, that's me." He said, "I'm a VIP,
Bless her.
Yeah, so when I involve her with my work, she gets it. She knows. And her dream is to be on stage one day.
That's mega, isn't it?
She's not me. She'll take the microphone and be on stage, and I'll be like, yeah, okay.
To be up there giving it. When you look at all of the people out there that are in this whole motivational speaking, education space, we say the Godfather's almost Tony. He's the man, but he had a coach, and there was Jim Rohn and Brendan Burchard for various different things, and I'm sure along the way there are other people that he was coached by, and he very, in my interview with him, he talks openly about the fact that he needed one just like anybody else does. Do you have a coach?
I do have a coach.
And being exposed to as many people as you've been able to be exposed to, was it hard to find the right one, or was it almost? It was almost one of those moments where it was like, this is the person for me.
It wasn't hard, because I've met them all. I know them all. And I'm not saying that, I'm not going to mention who my coach is, because I don't want to.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. But it was like, it's the right match of what I need at this stage in my business. Maybe at another stage in my business, I need another coach. At an earlier stage in my business, I would have needed another coach. I think when you find a coach, you need to find the coach that fits where you are today and why you need a coach today. Because sometimes you'll outgrow the coach and you'll need a more advanced guy. And this is a journey. So the coach that I chose for me right now is perfect for me, I believe, right now where I am with Najahi, with my personal life as well. Because a coach is a coach. Like, they'll help you balance as well. I went all over. After Tony, I went through a phase like, now what? I did.
Because, wow, really?
Yeah.
That resonates with me a lot, because I've done that.
Yeah, now what? Because since the first day I was on a day 3 at Business Mastery 2015, I watched Tony and I said, one day you'll be in Dubai. And then he's in Dubai. And then they're like, okay, now what? I've got the biggest guy in motivation here.
Were you in the Excel in London? You say it was the Ibis Hotel. Were you in West London or in the Docklands in London? Because Tony did a big business mastery event there.
It's 2015. It was in West London.
In
the Ibis. Yeah.
In the Ibis.
Yeah.
So, and that's an intense 4 or 5 days, isn't it?
Yeah,
it really is an intense 4 or 5 days.
Yes.
The workbook's that big, isn't it?
Do you know, it was my first experience with Tony, so I didn't get it all. What I was looking at is this human being. He's massive, he's large. He fills the room with his presence. What he was saying is awesome from a motivation perspective, but also I looked at 2,000 people, just excited, happy, high-fiving, different nationalities, different cultures, different backgrounds, different businesses, completely different languages. They had, translation and everything. I was just watching it, amazed at how can one person do all of that and keep people happy for 5 days in a freezing cold room. And we come back.
Wasn't it cold?
Willingly. And we come back willingly. So
Yeah.
what was it about you? And that was really what I was studying, not the business mastery content. I had to go to business mastery again to actually learn.
Yeah?
Yeah. But the first time I was just excited too, right?
I've been there 3.
3. But that's I was just excited about, like, wow, we really need this in this part of the world. So we come out from a world that's, I'm Iraqi, so I came from wars and revolutions and no electricity to no water to, and I know a lot of people in this part of the world that moved to the UAE to run away from the lifestyles and myself included. And I just thought this would be like amazing to that kind of people to see and explore and experience actually. And it's just the happiness of it. The challenge was to try to make it affordable, which was really, really hard because hopefully next time we bring in, we're going to get much more money, better sponsors, and try to make it much more affordable. But that's why there's the tribe. So the tribe that I'm launching next year is going to be very affordable for everybody. It's almost for nothing at all, but the content will be online. But we'll try to bring all the coaches to a live event from time to time. So the people that you watch on the tribe, on the platform, we will get to meet them once or twice a year live in the Middle East and the UAE. Yeah.
I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. I know you didn't want to be anywhere near it, and we've got coffee machines going off in the background and an event going on behind us. But
thank you.
Do you know what?
You made me do
you
it.
did really good. You did really good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on the show at last. You are our partner, so you had to do it. I appreciate you coming.
Yeah.
Thank you, Awfa Mustafa.
Bye-bye. Cheers.
Okay, so there you have it. At last, we got the amazing Awfa Mustafa on the show. It took me a long time to get her here, but to learn what she has done and the efforts she's put into building the business that she has, and to see its growth and to see literally the pinnacle that it got to earlier on this year was really quite remarkable. I can't say thank you enough for being on the show, so thank you very much for coming in. And guys, please check it out. If you want to see more of this type of content, what I'd like you to do is to look at that box over there and click on it. But what I'd also like you to do, if you want to subscribe to the podcast, go there and you can get everything coming directly in to your phone, your laptop, your iPad, wherever it is, okay? And so you don't have to miss anything. So click over there, go on, click over there, because you get to see Awfa and me and loads of other stuff coming through. Go on, I dare you to do it.